one of the candidates in last year's mayoral race has announced he's running to be the next Prime Minister of India. Ankit, who secured less than 5,000 votes during the London election, says he hopes to raise £1.6 billion through crowdfunding to support his campaign. Air pollution, tackling malaria, and sending the first woman to Mars by 2027 are among his manifesto pledges.
And this one just hit me. I discovered 9,500 people die each year from air pollution in the city, and I was like, that's impossible. I couldn't believe it. But the more I researched, this was data from King's College, that Oxford Street is the most polluted street in the world, and then it hit me. There is no law in our system that allows for us to slowly poison people to death. And what I found was that the April 2015 Supreme Court judgment told government ministers to take immediate action, but they've done nothing. And clearly, we have a law called the Civil Contingencies Act of 2004, which says if the air is poisoned, leading to the death of people, we must immediately make legislation. And that just kills me. This is probably the biggest scandal of our time. And I really just want to end all fossil fuel combustion vehicles, all even power stations in this country at a later stage. But for now, for London, I think we can go to electric and hydrogen straight away because it exists.
You talk about world peace, and you're
Absolutely,
a big advocate for that,
yes.
Which is great, and that's something we all strive for. But let's bring it closer to home, the things that matter to Londoners, such as housing, for example. How are you going to tackle the housing crisis?
Well, you know, I co-founded the fashion brand Nicole Cost, you know, with the fashion to Nicole Cost, and she's the next Coco Chanel. So for me, I want to build social homes. People get a bit scared when they hear this. They think more like, and I want to build high-rise social homes. They think the 60s towers. But I'm a designer as well, you know. I know something about fashion. I'm a film director. So for me, I want to make beautiful social homes based on modular skyscraper construction, where basically with new breakthroughs in flat pack construction technology, you can build a 57-story building in 19 days. And we have 5,700 acres of land owned by TfL. The mayor, he's the head of the board of TfL, and he can give permission to any development, but we'd ask the councils where we'd build this, and we'd erect these skyscrapers.
And so where is the funding going to come from then? Are you willing to work with private investors?
Yes, so we'll have private financing. So development will be overseen, if I was mayor by me, we'd make a new corporation under the GLA, which would be owned by the city, so all the homes will be owned by the city. That means we could set regulations where no private investors could buy the homes, but we get financing. But think about it. Which bank would not want to finance a city the size of London that owns 5,700 acres of land, building low-cost homes in London when there's so much demand?
Well, many mayors have been there. Boris Johnson hasn't managed to meet the demand. The previous mayor didn't manage to meet the demands. What makes you think that you can do that?
Because I'm better, because my plan is based on a new technology that they're not incorporating. My ideas and imagination is far superior than these guys. You know?
Okay.
Come on.
Well, let's talk about stay with housing now. The IPPR, which is Institute for Public Policy Research, and the London Housing Commission says that London needs to be building 500,000 new homes in the next 10 years. So the figure is 50,000 a year. Do you agree with that? And how are you going to achieve that?
I want to build more. You know, like
more than 50,000 a year.
Yes. So I'm saying now, this might sound audacious to some people, and I can appreciate from their perspective. I want to build 1 million homes in 4 years. It's a psychological mark, because if I can build a 57-story building in 19 days, that's the size of Canary Wharf, basically. And
okay, well, I mean, all of this sounds very interesting.
Sure.
And if anybody is sitting at home, they think 1 million homes in the next 4 years. You have touched on that. So who are the investors that you've got on board?
No, I'll get banks to finance it. I own the.
And how are you going to do that? How are you going to convince them when others haven't managed to do that?
Well, because we own the land. We own 5,700 acres of land. And if there's a project to build this building in London, how do construction companies build a building with financing? But they have to buy the land. So of course, if you're going to give low-cost homes, anybody who understands economics knows that there's a housing crisis, a huge demand for homes, and the supply is low. Well, obviously, every bank will bend over backwards to finance the GLA, which has a budget of $17 billion a year. It's a no-brainer for a bank. It's a safer loan, you know.
Ankit, some big promises you're making there. Now, we've been on your manifesto. Security doesn't seem to feature very much on your manifesto. One of the things that Londoners are concerned about is security. So, following the recent terror attacks in France and also Brussels, how are you going to ensure the safety of Londoners?
Well, this city will be the safest with me, you know. I come from a royal family in Jammu and Kashmir. I'm actually the holder of the last titles of the Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir, the Emperor of Jammu and Kashmir. That might not mean much to many people, but this state has been the subject of terrorist activities since 1979. So for me, when I was born in '83, 9/11 was 24/7. So I really appreciate security concerns, you know. And for me, the way to mitigate this is to be very intelligent, very smart about it. We don't want to push people in ways that might make them aggressive. So from my life experience and seeing 7 terrorist organizations that operate in my home state, you know, funded by the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, and that's why, like, you have to kind of, there's a certain way of doing it, not to be offensive, and there's a sophisticated way, but I assure you, because of my background and the way I've grown up with this, I can ensure that city will be safest under my stewardship than anybody else.
सीमा पर सीजफायर के उल्लंघन का मामला आज जम्मू कश्मीर विधानसभा में भी गूंजा। पैंथर्स पार्टी के विधायक को बाहर निकालने के लिए मार्शल्स तक बुलाने पड़े।
बुलाकर बलवंत सिंह को सदन से बाहर करवा दिया।
नहीं है हमारे मोहल्ले साथी को यहाँ कर रहा है और बीच में उठ रही है, कभी पार्लियामेंट्री हिस्ट्री में नहीं हुई है।
Panthers Party MLA enters the well of the House raising anti-Pakistan slogans and demanding discussion on the issue. Speaker orders his evictions. The marshals forcibly take him out. Those are the visuals coming in. Let's get in the very latest from Fareed. Fareed, take us through what really happened in the assembly.
Yes, it was the first day of the JK Assembly session here in Srinagar, and as soon as the session started, Panthers Party MLA Balwant Singh Makhotia and also BJP MLA Chamanlal Gupta stood up from their positions and started raising slogans against Pakistan. They wanted the speaker started a discussion on the ceasefire violations, and basically they wanted that the House should unanimously condemn those ceasefire violations. Also importantly, they wanted that the issue of the people who were living close to the border and have suffered over the last many days. In fact, most of them are right now homeless. They moved out of their locations near the border and come to safety. They allege that the government has so far done nothing to either rehabilitate them or help them out in this crisis situation.
See, we had moved a bill yesterday in the Assembly for incorporation of word secular in the preamble of Jammu and Kashmir Constitution, because this word is conspicuously missing from Jammu and Kashmir Constitution preamble. Our Constitution, the preamble that we have in Jammu and Kashmir Constitution. That's a ditto copy of the preamble of Constitution of India. The only word which is missing is the word secular.
One of the candidates in last year's mayoral race has announced he's running to be the next Prime Minister of India. Ankit, who secured less than 5,000 votes during the London election, says he hopes to raise £1.6 billion through crowdfunding to support his campaign. Air pollution, tackling malaria, and sending the first woman to Mars by 2027 among his manifesto pledges.
Keep on waking.
see it from Moscow. Vote Ankit Love, the Prime Minister of India, now. Returning back to Kashmir after 7 years. We're going to reunite India and Pakistan. Is that right, Father? One India, one Pakistan. Yeah, you like it?
We like peace.
We love peace.
And brotherhood.
World peace, right?
Yeah, peace and brotherhood all over the world.
India and Pakistan should love each other, yes?
Yeah, lovers.
We're lovers. And lovers should get married, right?
It's the same family, same family.
Same family, right? One love.
They are two brothers.
Woo! हाँ 2 सेकंड तो बहुत क्लीन निकलो सिर्फ होल्ड करो ऐसे मत करो तो ऐसे आगे मत चला
का मैं नाम न ले सका, माजरत ख्वाह हूँ। जैसा कि आप बखूबी जानते हैं, प्रोफेसर भीम सिंह साहब ने स्पेशली कश्मीर से वापस आते वक्त यहाँ मंगलकोट में रखा, और यहाँ आज प्रोफेसर भीम सिंह साहब आपके बीच में इसलिए आए हैं कि हमारे यहाँ मकानी जो हिंदुस्तान कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी है, जिसमें यहाँ के बेरोजगार नौजवानों को
जम्मू कश्मीर नेशनल पैंथर्स पार्टी की तरफ से पूरे देशवासियों को, जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम को 15 अगस्त की दिल की गहराइयों से मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूं, और जम्मू कश्मीर की पूरी आवाम से अपील करना चाहता हूं कि जो जम्मू कश्मीर में सदियों से हिंदू मुस्लिम भाईचारा जो कायम रहा है, जो हमारे बुजुर्गों की देन है, उसको हम सब का फर्ज बनता है कि हिंदू मुस्लिम भाईचारे को कायम रखें, बरकरार रखें। तो 15 अगस्त के दिन हम जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम को यही पैगाम देना चाहते हैं, और जम्मू कश्मीर में अमन, शांति, भाईचारा कायम रहे। यही हमारा जो 15 अगस्त के दिन हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम को पैंथर्स पार्टी की तरफ से यही पैगाम।
कहते भीम सिंह साहब हमदर्द हैं, प्रोफेसर साहब हर जगह लड़ाई लड़ते हैं, वक्त ना वक्त काम आते हैं। अब सर गुलाम नबी आज़ाद एक जतेंद्र सिंह जीत के गया, अभी तक उसका चेहरा भी नहीं देखा। अब आप थे सर गुलाम नबी आज़ाद साहब, आप सब देखने वाले थे।
वही है, ये महाराजा हरि सिंह का बनाया हुआ कानून है, इनके फरिश्ते भी नहीं बदल सकते। इसका कोई मतलब नहीं, 35 से इसका कोई मतलब नहीं, सिर्फ लोगों को धोखा देने के लिए हिंदू मुसलमान फसाद कराओ। और कश्मीरियों को बेचारे कश्मीरी कर्मियों में कहते हैं जनाब 35 से हो गया, और मैं क्या 35 से जाएगा, तुम्हें आज़ादी होगी बोलने की, फिर आपको 1 साल जेल में कोई बंद नहीं कर सकता, 3 महीने ज्यादा।
अभी आपके टूरिज्म में आएगा कौन जब यहाँ अल्लाह कर रही है आना चाहिए, आना चाहिए उसको आगे से पहले और नहीं टूरिस्ट बहुत आए, जब जगह ही नहीं होता था। कब आपके वालिद साहब इधर आके शिकारा नहीं मिलता था उनको, इतना है टूरिस्ट टिका आता है। कितने साल से
ओह एक मिनट अभी इसको फ्लिप करते हैं। ओह गुड कैच। कल होएगा, ये आपका देश है और जब आप आज जो पढ़ाई कर रहे हो ये हमारे देश कल को सख्त बनाएगा, इसलिए इसके लिए बहुत बहुत ध्यान रखना है। And have fun as well, because you're young. Have fun. Peace.
जानवर चराया करते थे, बेड़े इस पे झूले करते थे। नहीं
जम्मू को अलग राज्य बनाना होगा।
आए सभी जम्मू के लोग मिलजुल कर जम्मू को एक अलग राज्य बनाए, ताकि जो कश्मीरी हमारे साथ जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करते आ रहे हैं उससे हम निजात पा सके।
say?
We wanted to march a triangular flag.
For the ultimate revolution, right? We shall carry out the ultimate revolution.
What is the word you were looking for?
What about Hari Singh? J&K National Panthers Party.
ये सब आप लोग का ये नहीं होता प्रोफेसर या
He is the president of the Young Panthers.
Okay.
तुझे इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते. आज एक सत्य प्रमाण है. सत्य में हार के पहले 2 साल से इलेक्शन नहीं है.
So it's M-Tech. Come to M-Tech. No, he didn't. Either M-T-E-C-H. T-E-C-H. M-Tech with here. Gate. Gate flip. Gate. Gate flip. Yes. That's the gate flip here. M-Tech. What do you mean? You study. Oh, okay. M-Tech. Okay. Oh, he said he's master of technology.
No, Rio letter.
Matt, please go. It's okay.
This दोनों का नहीं Rio letter लेना. इसे क्या बोलते हैं? इनको audience को बनना.
अच्छा, company में. कौन सी company? Oh, इनको job करना है.
Private.
Okay, so you want to get them jobs in this company?
Rio letter.
To write the letter recommendation. Okay. For Shakti Diman and Ajay Shalodra, we've done M-Tech.
इसमें adjust करना है, इसको इसमें adjust करना है. अभी
Okay. So Shakti is going to go in this company, and Ajay is going to go in this company. So
Rio letter.
Ajay
One month ago, your dad a busy conversation.
And he needs for what letter? D? D-O?
Recommendation letter. D-O letter.
It's called D-O letter. You'll know what that means.
No.
D-O letter.
आपके हाथों से बनेगा.
And this D-O letter will help them get the work here.
अभी your dad is calling me.
It is. Okay, that's cool. Let's get them work. I like that. It's good to get people jobs, you know? Yeah.
Private company.
अच्छा आप अपना फोन नंबर लिखो इसका.
Okay, cool. I'll give you my number.
Love group बनाया मैंने.
You made a love group on WhatsApp?
Night.
WhatsApp page?
Monday night.
Okay, here. Take my card. It's got my number in the back. Per sector? I can write it bigger. अगर नहीं पढ़ सकते मैं बड़ा लिख सकता हूँ. हाँ, थोड़ा छोटा थोड़ा है. ये WhatsApp आपके पास WhatsApp है?
नहीं कुछ भी नहीं है. नॉर्मल फोन है.
हाँ, मेरे पास यहाँ पे सिर्फ UK London. I only have UK London का नंबर है. मेरे पास WhatsApp नहीं है. मेरे सिर्फ WhatsApp है. 8 9
लेकिन अभी मैं लूँगा इंडिया का, लेकिन अगर
My sim give you. My sim. No.
Later. No, I get a new one. I get a new one. Don't worry. But मेरे पास ये मेरा लंदन का नंबर है. Yes, same है. यहाँ पे मैंने वो country code डाल दिया. हाँ 00 क्योंकि plus अगर आपके पास if you वो दूसरा phone है सिर्फ 00.
Contest mayor election.
Yeah. There. I got.
You win.
I got 33,000 votes.
33,000
votes.
Why? Huh?
Yeah. You know how much the leader of the opposition have votes? 29,000. I have more votes than the leader of the opposition.
You create film.
Huh?
Video film.
Yeah. I make music. I'm a singer, but I also make movies too. Yeah, I'm a rapper. You know rapping? Okay, what's a rapper you know?
दो थे ना, दो इलेक्शन लड़ रहे थे ना, दो एक था वो, एक क्या पता किस मुल्क का था,
एक लंदन अमेरिका और फिर एक मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट का वहाँ पे ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट के लिए मैंने लड़ा था.
3,000.
अच्छा मैं जाऊँगा एसपी ऑफिस में लाने के लिए.
क्या?
ये क्या नाम है इसके लिए, और जो 26 को हम बना रहे हैं ना, 26 को आपके लिए उसके लिए ऑर्डर लाना चाहते हैं.
26 का
ऑर्डर लेने के लिए जा रहा हूँ. वो ऑर्डर लेकर मैं जा रहा हूँ.
किस चीज़ की ऑर्डर?
ये जो 26 को हमारा इलेक्शन डे है ना, इलेक्शन डे उसके.
अच्छा.
हेलो. Our luck not.
Hello.
हाँ जी.
क्या हो रहा है? हो रहा है. Something's up with your phone. At least go on or off कर दो.
Off कर दो.
Yeah, try just resetting it.
What card give me?
एक मिनट.
और इस वक्त बड़ी खबर आ रही है जम्मू के सांबा से. सांबा में एक स्कूल बस हादसे में स्कूली बच्चे समेत 3 लोगों की दर्दनाक मौत हो गई है.
Jammu, a bus carrying passengers on its way to Samba from a border village turned turtle outside an army camp. This happened in Samba district of the state, and 3 people, including 2 kids, died on the spot, and 26 injured people were taken to the hospital immediately.
विरोध प्रदर्शन शुरू कर दिया. इस हादसे पर विरोध जताते हुए गुस्साए लोगों ने जम्मू पठानकोट राष्ट्रीय राजमार्ग को लगभग 1 घंटे तक अवरुद्ध रखा.
गाड़ी में 20 लोगों की जगह है, आप 50 लोग बैठा देते हैं. गाड़ी में टायर है नहीं. आधे लोग जो हैं वो सिर्फ क्योंकि लीडरों ने उनको परमिशन दे रखी है चलते हैं. जम्मू कश्मीर में ये हाल है कि 10-15 लोग तो एक्सीडेंट से मर जाते हैं और 10-15 लोग तो गोली से मर जाते हैं और 50 लोग तो बॉर्डर पे मर जाते हैं या लोगों की गोलियों से. या ना सरकार है ना या सिस्टम है. और शर्म की बात है कि मोदी साहब बड़ी लंबी चौड़ी पगड़ी लेकर भाषण देते हैं, जम्मू कश्मीर की बात करते हैं और जम्मू कश्मीर में सरकार कोई नहीं है. RSS सरकार नहीं चला सकती है. बल्कि मैं कहना चाहता हूँ
गांव में दिखिया थे लाया साथी कलाना वो जो
This state is out of order.
There are no fans.
Look at the hospital, man.
They're not working.
There's no electricity. The state's out of order, man. You need to bring order to the state. This is anarchy. This is anarchy.
That's why we are fighting. I'm fighting with Pastor 2 years again.
This is anarchy, man. This is anarchy. This is wrong. You have to end this now. What are we going to wait for? What are the people waiting for? We don't have to have this condition. Sorry. Absolutely. Can we see the toilet here?
ये मैं कहूँगा कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की बिल्कुल लापरवाही है। आज से तकरीबन हमें 1 महीना पहले जिस गांव में जो एक्सीडेंट हुआ तो ये सांबा जो है ये सांबा के लोग अब चुप नहीं करेंगे।
जम्मू कश्मीर में ना तो सरकार है ना सिस्टम है, यहाँ तो पूरी एंडोरकी है।
सरकार को आड़े हाथों लिया। उन्होंने कहा कि सरकार हर तरफ असफल साबित हो रही है, इसका खामियाजा आम जनता को भुगतना पड़ रहा है। अस्पताल में असुविधाओं पर भी प्रोफेसर भीम सिंह ने रोक
लगाया। एक बस जिसमें 20 लोग बैठ सकते हैं या स्टूडेंट बैठ सकते हैं, उसमें हम 50 ला देंगे। ना गाड़ी है, ना बच्चों के लिए स्कूल जाना है, लड़कों को कॉलेज में जाना है, तो उस हालत में तो पहला
condition of the toilets. That's all. It's ridiculous here.
Everything
I'm telling you, we just have to get the army and we have to just take over the state.
No, don't speak the word. In 1 minute.
What'd you say in 1 minute? What?
You want a proper democratic government.
Yeah, this is not democracy, is it? This is not democracy.
We call it not democratic government. It's not democracy. That's why.
You call this democracy?
That's why we are asking to dissolve this system.
They have to dissolve it now.
Go for a new election. Elect people that represent.
At the least, they have to do this. At the very least.
This will saying the immediate that there will be proper election. Let people choose the people.
We have more reactions. This time, the Panthers Party chief Bhim Singh spoke to Republic TV. Let's listen.
Chief is compelled to use these words. That means there is no politician. What we are doing, what political parties are doing,
This shows total failure, total collapse of the system. This shows if Army General is forced to use this political language, it means no politician is coming forward. A present political system, it shows, has failed, and you have created a situation for the Army General to go there for. The only way out. Answer to the Army Chief is immediate dismissal of the present government, governor rule, and then let the Army look after the borders. I tell you, not a leaf will stir.
We have to fight because this is not democracy. I'm sorry. Because if you call this democracy, democracy is a bad thing.
There's no rule of law. There's no mandate.
It has to go now, because this is not democracy. This is a bad thing. Whatever we're saying is worship people, this is worship of slaves. These slaves are looked after well. They maintain this trade. This is not freedom. 7 years of independence and this. Democracy. Yeah, not democracy. Or this is democracy. Pure evil.
Blessed is the womb that bore you, and the breasts that you sucked.
The voice of millions of television network teams went to Jerusalem recently. We went to Bethlehem, where Christ was born. We also went to Nazareth, where he was brought up. We also visited the areas and the altar where he faced crucifixion at the hands of the Roman governor in Jerusalem. We are bringing out this message of the great prophet of the time to the world, which is today divided in hostile blocks, ideologically, politically. There are international conflicts which are threatening the world existence. Jerusalem is one of them.
Did you buy this motorcycle?
1975. When I came from the Vol.2, I purchased this motorcycle in Delhi. It's a bullet motorcycle.
Can you stand by the motorbike? Let me get a video of you of the motorbike. Tell me about your motorbike.
Well, this is all gone.
This is from 75?
1975 I purchased it. After I lost all motorcycles, everything around the world, and I came to India. And I purchased this motorcycle.
You crossed the Sahara Desert?
For 10 years, this motorcycle. I worked in Youth Congress, I worked in on this motorcycle.
I'm trying to charge my phone, but there's no electricity. Electricity's gone. State of anarchy.
On the other side, the National Panthers Party in Jammu and Kashmir launched protest against the Rohingya refugees as well, saying that they are illegal migrants and need to be deported as per law. Here's a report.
They see it as a deep-rooted conspiracy regarding the settlement of the Rohingyas in Jammu region. They feel that these elements are involved in international activities, and they are the ones who are called the criminal record involved in several criminal cases like deportation. So they want that immediately these people to be deported from the Jammu region. They are on streets protesting and immediate deportation. How come these people have been able to get Aadhaar card, they have been able to get voter card? They see it as a ploy by certain Kashmir-centric political parties to bring in democratic change. So they want the government to act immediately against them, otherwise it will be problem for the government in coming years. What is the basic idea why you people are protesting today?
You see, we are protesting against the dilly-dally tactics of the government on deportation of Rohingyas and Bangladeshis from Jammu. The government has been assuring time and again, not only the state government but the government of India has also assured the people of Jammu that they'll be evicted and they'll be immediately deported from here. But no action has been taken by the government, and we feel that they are trying to befool the people of Jammu.
Hello and welcome to IndianExpress.com. Hoardings have come up in and around Jammu city asking Rohingya and Bangladeshi Muslims to leave the area while urging local residents to stay united so as to save history, culture and identities of the Dogras. Carrying photographs of Jammu Kashmir National Panthers Party leaders, including its chairman Harshdev Singh and state president Balwant Singh Mankotia, these hoardings asked Jammu to wake up. Well, last week a division bench of the State High Court had issued post-admission notices asking the Chief Secretary, Commissioner, Secretary Home, DGP and the IG for Jammu Zone to file their response within 2 weeks of a PIL that sought identification and deportation of Rohingyas and Bangladeshis from the state. Even the National Conference and the Congress too do not appear to be in favor of them staying in the state. Sources in the state police said that while there has been no incidents of these foreign nationals being involved in any terror activity, the chances of anti-national elements using them in future cannot be ruled out. For more news and updates, log on to IndianExpress.com.
युवा ललकार रैली जिसमें प्योरली स्टूडेंट्स पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे और ये रैली ऑर्गेनाइज की गई थी। ये जो हमारे 3 पॉइंट एजेंडाज थे, एक क्विट रोहिंग्या बांग्लादेशीज फ्रॉम जम्मू प्रदेश, दूसरा था ये जो FIRs लॉन्च की गई है हमारी आर्म फोर्सेस के ऊपर, और तीसरा पॉइंट था ये जो बहुत बड़ा भेदभाव हमारे जम्मू के यूथ के साथ हो रहा है। ये जितनी भी रिक्रूटमेंट प्रोसेस के अंदर देखें, हमारा यूथ 20% सीटें भी नहीं ले पा रहा।
These are some of the issues that we need to, really rake up.
Yeah, this hospital situation got me really pissed off, man. This is because there's a lot that's wrong with the state, but the thing is that you have to fix it in the right order. First thing is Medicare, education, and then everything fixes itself. If this is the problem with Medicare, how the fuck are we going to fix anything else?
And that is medical college. This is one of the renowned university of Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah, I get you, man. What I can't believe is that you have the BJP here, and they are sitting with Mufti, and they claim to care for Hindus. I'm saying everybody should love everybody. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, atheist, whatever you are.
Not only Hindu, they claim to be secular.
Who, the BJP?
Yeah.
But who believes this?
What in the height of discrimination after forming of government, the aim to form government.
Man, it's not right. It's not. It's so fucking wrong. Yeah.
After the time we raise up this issue that why this happened and this is happening with us. That aim, you have admitted that the aim is being established at Jammu. Why you give it to Kashmir? After we raise this issue of this aim, and the government was forced to give two aims, one to Jammu and one to Kashmir.
Yeah, of course they have to.
And breaking news, these are visuals of the Panthers Party along with the Bar Association, which are staging protests now in Jammu. These protests are over the shifting of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences to Kashmir. Pradeep with us for more details. Pradeep, not the very first time that we've seen such a protest by the Panthers Party.
This is what is significant is that this is the second protest against the BJP coalition government, because in the past we have seen it has been only the BJP that has been coming out on the street, and 2 months back about 25 seats were given to the BJP from the Jammu region, and today the people in Jammu region are protesting against BJP. It is the Coordination Committee of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, which comprises of about 70 religious and political organizations, that has given a call for Jammu Bandh to protest against the shifting of aims to Kashmir. They feel that BJP is coming under the pressure of the PDP, which is a Kashmir-centric party.
Many thanks, and this is another political reaction we are getting to hear.
AIMS Institute shall be transferred to Kashmir, and rather than opening the AIMS in Jammu region, it will be established in Kashmir.
Today Rajnath Singh is arrived. Are you protesting against him?
You see, today Rajnath Singh, the Home Minister, is also visiting Jammu. We are protesting and showing black flags to him to register our protest against the repeated surrenders of BJP before its coalition partner. The people of Jammu feel cheated. People of Jammu feel that they are betrayed by this coalition government, particularly the Bharatiya Janata Party, which had made tall announcements that the due share of Jammu shall be ensured to this Jammu region. But we feel that during these 3 months rule of BJP and PDP in the state, the discrimination has assumed alarming proportions against Jammu region. The Bharatiya Janata Party legislators are making one surrender after other before the PDP. The people's despair has now turned into rage. People's distrust has now transformed into anger now. People are on the streets, they are on the roads. They are questioning the Bharatiya Janata Party for its pusillanimous surrender and succumbing to the dictates of its coalition partner, the PDP.
See, we give a look at the PSC list, recruitment list. 90% recruitment is from Kashmir and 10% representation only to Jammu. Our youth is suffering. What a mockery, what a joke, yeah? And we need to understand this, we people. So especially you need to understand. You know, why I was telling you, you are not aware of the exact reality of this state. It's really, we people are suffering, and people like you, and especially the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, not Kashmir, especially the youth of Jammu is being suffered from last 60 to 70 years. So this is the high time when we are going to raise this.
This shit pisses me off. This shit really fucking pisses me off, man. It's like, you know, the BJP has exposed themselves for me. That one moment exposed myself. You know, like, how long have they been in power in the state for? now BJP? How many years have they had? 3 years. You could build a hospital in 3 years. The first thing you do, you have the health minister. He's BJP for Jammu and Kashmir. What's the first thing you should do? It's the first time BJP win here, right? He should. Yeah, they can. That's what I mean. They can fix it. They can fix it, man. It doesn't cost that much to fix a hospital, man. You're telling me 5 million people in Jammu, 20 million people in this, 15 million, whatever it's in the state, cannot afford to build a hospital, you know? It's got electricity. It's bullshit. What happened in UP? You know, if BJP really cares for India, they should make its government fall. If they really stand for what they believe in. If they really stand for what they believe in, because they claim they believe in some kind of thing. You know, they stand with this stupid RRS shit. You know, and if they really believe in this shit, they should make this government fall. Because they only care for money, and that's it. Money and bitches, money and hoes. That's all they care for, man.
They only care for cheer. Now let me explain. Providing oxygen 2-3 days back. And they all were died.
In UP?
Yeah, UP. Come on, man, you are in India.
That's my mom's state.
Yeah.
She's from Merit.
You need to understand.
Fucked up, man. That's so fucked up.
What was the agenda of Bharatiya Janata Party? You know BJP. What was the agenda of BJP?
What was the agenda?
Their agenda was one nation, one flag.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait.
Let's do it.
One nation, one flag. Their agenda was to scrap 370 from Jammu and Kashmir. Third agenda was that they will cut off this discrimination of Dogras, what we are facing today. But after forming the government, they give up all their agendas and they said we have built that government and we have a common minimum program, so we have surrendered all these things just for lust of power. Their MLAs and their ministers are having 2 flags in their car. 2 flags. See them up here.
2 flags in
2 flags in their cars, yeah. Same party who used to bring up this issue, same party who have got a mandatory center due to these issues.
Nah, man. Fuck that shit. We should go to their cars and take those fucking flags off, man. Just put one flag, one nation, under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Now they are giving excuse that we are in a coalition.
News just coming in this hour. Members of the Panthers Party clashed with the police in Udhampur in Jammu and Kashmir. The MLA of Udhampur and state president of the Jammu and Kashmir Panthers Party had asked party workers to block trains today in view of the threat. The state police had deployed forces around the Chak Rakhwal railway station. Clashes broke out between party workers and the police, who had to resort to lathi charge and tear gas shells to bring the situation under control. The protests were led by Panthers Party Udhampur MLA Balwant Singh Mankotia, and the protest was demanding recruitment of gang coolies of Udhampur in railways, as most of the youth absorbed are from the Kashmir Valley.
We have formed a common minimum program, so we are setting aside. See a technical term. We are setting aside these agendas, and after the time we will get the full majority in Jammu and Kashmir, which is a big dream for them.
They're fucking stupid. Who fucking believes this shit? Who believes this shit? Man, my dad, who was offered to be deputy chief minister, he said no. He took the government down, you know. He didn't have no lust for power. That was the right thing to do. He was offered to be governor of the state. He said no because he fought for justice.
देख सकते हैं इनको वहां से उठाकर ले जाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. इनके साथी समर्थक भी इनके साथ हैं. मुफ्ती सरकार के कई फैसलों का विरोध करते आए हैं प्रोफेसर भीम सिंह, और विजय चौक पर इन्हें हिरासत में लिया गया. पुलिस ने अपनी वैन में इन्हें डालकर वहां से रवाना किया किसी तरीके से, लेकिन काफी हंगामा हुआ. कुछ देर तक इनके साथी भी पुलिस से भिड़ते दिखे.
These guys
They claim to fight for 1 billion Hindus, you know? What the fuck are they doing here? For the Indian flag even. Fuck that, for the Indian fucking flag. So why the fuck are they selling out? They're selling fucking bitches, man. The whole fucking party, the whole Modi, this whole bullshit, it's like a cheap fucking brand. I don't believe Indian people actually buy this shit. I thought Indian people were smarter, man. I really thought India was a smarter country. Fuck this shit.
Their agenda, their loud slogans, their promises.
The uproar in the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly continues. Panthers Party MLAs raised slogans and entered the well of the House, demanding the word secular be incorporated in the state constitution. The Panthers Party blamed the BJP for damaging the secular fabric of the country as well as of the state. That's the latest coming in. Secular India, Secular Tang. That's one of the posters being flouted about in the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Panthers Party MLAs storming into the well of the House, demanding that that word secular be removed. Shuja ul Haq, my colleague, joining me from Srinagar for more on this. Shuja, what exactly are the MLAs of the Panthers Party demanding?
In the J&K Assembly, Panthers Party MLA Balwant Singh Mankotia has hurled a mic into the well of the House while BJP members stood on tables protesting against Pakistan. Both political parties are demanding that the House pass a resolution against Pakistan.
पाकिस्तान के टुकड़े होंगे इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान के टुकड़े होंगे इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान हाय हाय पाकिस्तान के टुकड़े होंगे इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान हाय हाय पाकिस्तान हाय हाय पाकिस्तान हाय हाय पाकिस्तान हाय
मिसाइल यूज करके हमारे भारत के सोल्जर्स को, हमारे भारत के लोगों, हमारे भारत के फौजियों को शहीद कर रहे हैं। तो मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि हमारी अब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को टाइम आ गया है कि पाकिस्तान को पूरी तरह से क्रश कर दिया जाए।
JKNPP leaders and workers staged protest against government for delaying in deportation of Rohingyas and Bangladeshis. In fact, these are the latest visuals that you can see on your screen. Protests currently taking place against Mehbooba Mufti government, and now we are understand that JKNPP leaders are protesting against Rohingyas and Bangladeshis. Let me now go across to my colleague Pradeep, who joins us on the phone line. Pradeep, give us more details. What's exactly happening?
Yes, today the leaders of Jammu Kashmir National Panthers Party and the workers, they came out on the street. They started raising slogans against the government for delaying the deportation of the Rohingyas and Bangladeshis who have settled illegally here in Jammu region. They wanted the government should immediately act in this regard, as in longer run it is really going to pose a security threat. Besides, they see it as a part of a larger conspiracy by the Kashmir-centric politicians.
Well, we only got to see a few areas of Mongdor. The extent of the destruction was staggering though, and most of them were Muslim villages.
Well, they call this place Lil Tanjore. It's quite close to the coast. This is one of the first places that the Rohingya militants attacked on August the 25th, setting off this spiral of violence that has led to so many Rohingyas fleeing from Rakhine State. And if you look all around me, this area has been completely burnt down, including, if you look just behind me, that was a clinic run by Médecins Sans Frontières, and the government's version of what happened here is that it was the militants themselves who set fire to everything here, destroying facilities that were shared by Muslims and some Buddhists here. Now, we can't confirm that, we can't speak to anyone, the place is completely deserted. As we've driven here, we've seen village after village that's completely deserted, abandoned boats, abandoned livestock, rice fields left. The few villages where there are people, there are only Buddhists who've been left here, have talked of immense fear of their Muslim neighbours. The only Muslims we've spoken to are inside Mongdor town itself. They're also extremely scared. When we asked them who you're most afraid of, they said the government.
message of Jesus Christ is much more relevant today to the world, and particularly to young people of the world who are today facing a culture of violence, hatred, conflict and tension. Let the world, and particularly the young people of the world, understand that Christ faced crucifixion only when he was in 30s. His message is important and great to all of us who want to live in a better world, in a peaceful world, in human dignity and glory for all mankind.
After 3 years of public involvement in Galilee, Jesus comes to Jerusalem, the sacred city of his people. Looking down upon the city, he wept, saying, "If you only knew today what is needed for peace, but now you cannot see it. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you kill the prophets, you stone the messengers God sent you. How many times I wanted to put my arms around all your people, just as a hen gathers her chickens under her wings."
What really happened to Jesus 2,000 years ago? The Christian faith is based on the New Testament accounts, but some historians and theologians have very different, very controversial theories, with some scenes that may disturb you. Did Jesus die?
The most celebrated human being in history was a first-century Jewish revolutionary called Jesus. To his followers, he was the Son of God with miraculous powers to walk on water, heal the sick, and even bring people back from the dead. According to them, he gave his life to save mankind. He was crucified and died. But on the third day, he rose from the dead and ascended into heaven. But throughout history, people have responded differently to this story. There have been those so inspired by the crucifixion that they wanted to share the experience. There have also been those who denied the resurrection and have themselves been executed for their beliefs. There have been heresies that suggest that Jesus was rescued from crucifixion and escaped to lead a secret life in southern France. And there have even been people convinced that Jesus survived and traveled to the mountain kingdoms of Kashmir, where he died at the age of 80.
Alle सारे जिधर एक है, जेल वाले रैली आज रखी गई है। आगे की ओर अपनी अपना कार अपना अधिकार पूरा चाहिए, लेकिन जम्मू वाले नारा लगे थे कि वो नहीं जाने।
India, the real Independence Day of India is 17th August, right? On your birthday. This is the real Independence Day.
Yes.
I want to click over here. That's all. But I don't take. What? I think you. Because it's all about now I can take. Okay, how about we go to Pakistan and we do a military coup in Pakistan instead?
I'll ask a visa for you also.
I don't need visa.
The British passport you don't for Pakistan?
No, I don't think so, no.
I think you need.
No, I can find out. I don't think I do.
You can find out.
I think we should go to Pakistan and do a military coup there. We have enough excuse. We can say they're funding terrorism in Kashmir. Let's take over. Do you know any generals in Pakistan?
Many, yeah, I know.
Why don't we make you president of Pakistan? That would be the ultimate with a coup. All of India will love you.
What will happen to my own country when people are
no,
stopped?
but they will then elect you prime minister next elections.
I can cure my state first.
But hold on.
From its 70-year-old disease.
But wait.
I shall cure my country,
but wait,
India, and then go to.
Okay, but wait. Taking over Pakistan will help to cure Kashmir, because the problem comes from Pakistan, right?
Not really. Problem is from within. If your people are happy, outsider can't do anything.
Why are the people not happy?
Because of suppression. You saw bloody police.
But how about, okay, in Pakistan a coup is possible, right? Always.
The military has ruled Pakistan for 33 of the country's 68-year history, and two key reasons help explain its dominance. First, upon gaining independence in 1947, Pakistan retained 17% of colonial India's revenue streams, but inherited 33% of the military. This gave the armed forces a proportional advantage in the new government. Second, the immediate disagreement between India and Pakistan over the fate of the Muslim-majority state of Kashmir fueled the belief within some Pakistani circles that Hindu India was against Muslim Pakistan. Together, these factors inform two beliefs that profoundly shaped Pakistan's political development, namely that India is an existential threat and that the military is Pakistan's greatest guardian against that threat.
Yes or no? Yes?
Coup is no solution.
No, but isn't Pakistan a coup possible?
And they're always possible because there's no democracy, there's no sense.
Okay, how about
there's no people participation. Okay. Any general who has stronger gun and hand, he controls the rest.
So we can, in Pakistan, we can do a coup and appoint me as president.
And then it will be only general from Pakistan.
No, but they'll appoint me because it'll be a good gesture by them then.
What happened?
I will develop Pakistan then.
Without participation of the people, you can't do anything.
But I'm from Kashmir. They will love it. But they will love it. They will say, look, we put a Kashmiri guy as our president.
Kashmir, they're only exploiting and using.
But this is a good idea. But they claim. But they're claiming Kashmir, right?
They're not well-wisher the Kashmir.
But are they claiming Kashmir?
Yeah, they are claiming they have.
So then there you go. They can put a Kashmiri as their president. Because if they put me as president, they'll say, oh, Kashmir is ours.
They know it.
Our president is Ankit Love.
But they know it. They'll not get Kashmir.
Yes, but if they make me president.
But they're exploiting the people against India. Unfortunately.
But
people everywhere.
This is a funny idea though, right?
People are wonderful.
This is a funny idea to do a coup in Pakistan.
I'll take you to Pakistan.
Do you know any generals there? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, generals are known.
Okay, let's talk to
know
them.
Us, we know them.
You know Musharraf and all those guys?
Musharraf is an exile.
Yeah, but he's in exile.
He pushed past police, ran towards his car and sped away.
He's accused of treason for declaring a state of emergency and dismissing the Chief Justice back in 2007. As a military helicopter flew overhead, inside, the judge ruled that Pakistan's former leader should be detained with immediate effect. An onlooker filmed what happened next. Musharraf should have been handcuffed and imprisoned, but his people bundled him away in defiance of the judges. Hidden by the crowd, they managed to get him into his car. The motorcade sped away with Musharraf inside. The man who once ruled Pakistan by decree was on the run. How are the mighty fallen? But in Pakistan, they may yet rise again.
Let's try though. Let's meet a couple of generals and do a coup, and I can take over Pakistan.
Then what will happen to my country, my home, my people? I have to cure the disease.
Yeah, you work on that. I'll just do a coup in Pakistan. Quick fix, man.
No
quick
coup,
fix.
No dictatorship. Nothing works. Works participation of the people.
No way. I will fix it under dictatorship. It'll be much easier and much faster. This is ridiculous. 70 years of what participation? This bullshit.
हमने चीज देखा नहीं वो आप देख
नहीं करप्शन और गवर्नमेंट से लेकिन ना लेकिन मेरा बेटा
स्वयं भगवान ही कह दिया रामचंद्र जी चरता युग में ऐसा युग आएगा हर चीज का दाना चिंता को आओ
एक मिनट जब योगी ने मेरठ में पार्क में बैठे हुए उन बच्चों को मारा, अपनी औरत पुलिस को साथ में लड़कियों को चौक किया और नीचे गिरा दिया, और जब वो फंडामेंटल राइट की बात कर रही है, और जब लड़कों को थप्पड़ लगाए उसने ऑन कैमरा, none of you leaders gave one speech. That is the attack on their fundamental right to choose their own partners. You have always chosen your different partners. You did not give a statement on that. None of you gave the statement on that. Just making so much noise about fundamental right and this and that. I have done 100 cases by saying that fundamental rights are not applicable. If fundamental right was not applicable, you would not be coming out of that jail. We came out of the jail because we did that. And you know what was my condition at that time? You know that, right? Okay. So this argument is wrong. It is hurting the country. So I keep saying that Jammu and Kashmir, आपका जो stand है उसकी मैं बात करती हूँ. आपका stand है Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. That you should never say that fundamental rights are not applicable there. They are very much applicable there. I'm standing here as an example who has done 100 cases. Beaten the government. You remember that guy who came, the highest police officer. Police said, come. Court said, get out, take your hat off, and then come inside there. That's the height of fundamental right being applicable in there. Shakespeare and once he goes, they were plucked, right? They were left. अभी अनीता ठाकुर को 50,000 का जो दिया, वो fundamental rights are applicable. That's why she got it. That's why you got it, right? 2 lakh. हाँ, 2 lakh. आपको जो 50,000 दिया, because it is so rubbish to say fundamental rights are not applicable. You are defeating your own argument. I say Jammu Kashmir should not be part of India. Actually, it's a cheating on that Maharaja poor man. You are saying fundamental rights are not applicable in Jammu and Kashmir. We are this and we are them. What rubbish you are talking about, man? And I'm arguing this case in front of you for your own good. Stop saying that fundamental rights are not applicable. You are sitting here free. That girl who was beaten up, I saw that video. आदि तो उसमें तमाशा ही था जैसे लोगों ने तमाशा बनाया आपका कि वो पुलिस वाले आपको सिर पे उठा के जाए. They were saving you, okay, right? But you got them because fundamental rights are applicable in Jammu and Kashmir. You should not ever say that Jammu and Kashmir fundamental rights are not applicable. I have a right to contest elections there. I have a right to make home there. I have got a right to rent house there. Okay, यहाँ वैसे ही बेनामी घर बनाते हैं तो वहाँ भी बेनामी किसी के नाम से कोई भी घर बना सकता है. कौन रोकता है? Please stop saying that fundamental. It's actually contempt of the court to say that. And it is your own. You are defeating your own policy.
Supreme Court में केस लगा है.
You are defeating your own policy.
ये जो है ये गैर कानूनी है. राष्ट्रपति इसके बारे में क्या?
Rubbish. राष्ट्रपति क्या? इधर है वहाँ पे है. 370 में चल रहा है वहाँ पे. Untouchability का आज तक चल रहा है. और जितनी untouchable, एक मिनट, जितनी untouchable से एक दूसरे के साथ करें, मैंने देखा है मकवाना को ऐसे करके ऐसे मारते हुए लोगों को. जितनी they don't marry among each other, भीम सिंह जी, and then they talk of कि ब्राह्मण्स ने ये कर दिया और ब्राह्मण्स ने वो कर दिया. They don't touch each other. They don't marry each other. So please just think before you say that fundamental rights are not applicable in Jammu and Kashmir. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? telling you, you say fundamental rights are the supreme and they are in the Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why this thing should not be happening. हमारे ऊपर फंडामेंटल आपका
35A का क्या होगा?
आपका मैं स्टैंड देख रही हूँ।
हाँ।
क्या है जैसे बाकी वो पढ़े हुए रहने दो क्या?
President of India to do it.
उसको पढ़ा रहने दो, उसमें क्या दिक्कत है?
President of India no problem.
क्या 370 भी तो पढ़ा है, पहले 370 को तोड़ो, उसके बाद 35A को तोड़ो। क्या बात है?
370.
ये this is all nonsense.
Parliament can amend under 370.
This is all nonsense.
This is
पार्लियामेंट जहाँ घूमते बैठे हुए जो पैसे लेके वोट डालते हैं।
इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ एक्सेप्शन में लिखा है महाराजा ने।
इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ एक्सेप्शन का जो वो डॉक्यूमेंट है भीम, जो डॉक्यूमेंट वो है ना, वो बोगस डॉक्यूमेंट है। एक भी हिंदुस्तानी के सिग्नेचर एज विटनेस वन नहीं है और कटा हुआ है। आप क्या समझते हो? कोई बेवकूफ है क्या? वेट लेट मी टेल यू। लेट मी टेल, महाराजा ने कुछ नहीं कहा। दैट डॉक्यूमेंट वाज अ फ्रॉड। दैट इज नॉट अ डॉक्यूमेंट। क्या ब्रिटेन की गवर्नमेंट एक बनाती है पेपर जो कि एक देश को जबरदस्ती मिला रही है दूसरे देश के साथ में, उसमें 4 जगह पे कट लगा हुआ है। जैसे ये बच्चों का किंडरगार्टन का केस है, 4 लोगों का कट लगा हुआ है, राइट? व्हाट नॉनसेंस।
आपकी तकरीर पूरी नोट कर रहा है।
दिस इज ऑल नॉनसेंस। आई एम टेलिंग यू, you are beating your own cause. You are beating your own cow. I will show you. वहाँ एक मिनट I will show you मनुस्मृति, जिसको आप अपनी रिलीजियस बुक गीता से भी ऊपर समझते हो। सुनो, वेदास, one of the Vedas is saying जो लोग शादी में गाय का मांस सर्व नहीं करेंगे वो नरक में जाएंगे। कोई नहीं बताता इनको। जो लोग मांस नहीं खाएंगे वो नरक में जाएंगे। That is written in one of the Vedas. हाँ, मैं अभी दे देती हूँ। I will send you. I'll send you. This is so rubbish. This Hindu. There is no word called Hindu. It is Arya. Show me one word in Gita, in Ramayana, in Vedas. The word Hindu, it is Arya.
And Hindu side of
Arya, Hindu jo who live, but that is not a religion.
And living on
that is not the religion.
Living in the valley of Indus.
That is not the religion then, no?
Religion.
See again, compulsive habit. It is so insulting. No, I am going. बंद करिए। पहले बंद कीजिए। तो बंद कर दो। नो, बंद नहीं किया। बंद करो। उसको इंग्लिश में बंद है। बंद नहीं है। बंद है। हाँ, बंद। मतलब आपको नहीं है।
हमें बात होगी। मैं 2 मिनट जा रहा हूँ वहाँ। आधा घंटा आप लंच कर लीजिए तो फिर मैं आ जाऊँ।
What about your lunch?
मैंने ब्रेकफास्ट कर दिया है। लंच है कि ओनली 1 कोर्स।
फिर आप 1 बजे क्यों आए यहाँ पे?
इसलिए कि आपका टेलीफोन मिल रहा था।
I'm going. Okay, love will be here. I'm going to work. Okay.
हम ऑफिस आ जाएं। आपको मेरे साथ चलना है या इधर बैठे?
I'll stay here.
तो खाना खा लेना नहीं चाहिए।
Okay.
Are you free after 4:30?
Cool, man. I'll see you later.
फोन करूँगा उठा लिया।
Yeah, call my WhatsApp. Call me my WhatsApp because my other one is not working.
What about half an hour discussion with me?
हमको बात आ गई।
कितने मिनट? Time?
हमको 8 से 12 बजे।
तीनों की बात नहीं कर रही है।
8 से लेकर दिन तक नहीं आएगी।
नहीं, लेकिन आपका वो जो जवाब है जो मैं अभी पिछले से सुन रही हूँ, हाँ देखेंगे, डिस्कशन करेंगे, वही करेंगे। और ये कहना बंद करो कि कश्मीर में हिंदुस्तान के फंडामेंटल राइट्स नहीं है। Stop it. You are the biggest beneficiary of that. You are the biggest beneficiary of that. Yeah, because you chose to be an opposition leader. So obviously, government of India, even in democracy, have a right to lock you up when you talk nonsense.
No, government has not the right to lock anybody up. Anyone can talk what they want. That's unfair to say.
No, they have the right.
No, they don't have the right to lock anybody. No, they don't. That's fine, we're fine. Yeah. No, Baba, that's not fair. That's too much, man. No government has the right to lock people to say what to say. No, but no government has the right to lock you up. I can say what I want to.
ये भी तो वही बोल रहे हैं ना कि government.
All right, have a good day.
I'm trained under him. That is how he trained me. Okay, that is how he speaks.
I know.
So I'm telling him his own thing. How can he say fundamental rights are not there in Jammu Kashmir?
I don't know.
Rubbish. अभी के लोगों को 5 लाख रुपए का वो fundamental right के अंडर में मिला है compensation.
It's what's written in the law. The law is written.
One of the most famous cases is he's released from there.
No, but the law is written that there's no rights.
But what he says about the administration, right?
Well, he's right.
Under Constitution, the government of the day have a right to stop those things.
Well, exactly, but there's police is deployed there. There's no human rights, Once the police is deployed.
He's not talking about that. Not even one time. Not even one time he's talking. Why curfew in Kashmir?
Yes, that's because.
Why curfew in Kashmir, right?
Because he needs India's support as well.
This is wrong. So decide what side you want to be on.
It's difficult. It's a very messy situation.
No.
It's a messy situation.
No, he taught me like that.
Well, technically.
I was a very innocent girl. I was happy.
Well,
sometimes ignorance is bliss.
It is bliss, I know. I wish I never knew I was a Maharaja.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't know.
Yeah, I wish I had never met him.
Well, technically
that idiot Ravindra sent me to interview him.
You should write Ravindra the worst letter ever.
Yeah, I killed that man if he comes in front of me.
You should, man. You should. Everyone's killing everybody here anyways.
अभी 5 लाख रुपया सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आपको अवार्ड किया और आप क्या बोल रहे हो? और आधा वो जो खींचतान बता रहे हो ना वो जम्मू की लड़कियां पुलिस वालियां उनके साथ में बात करके हुई है ये इनके साथ में.
Oh God.
हाँ.
It's awful.
You come with me. They will tell you.
God, it's awful.
जैसे जरा इसको खींचो.
Man, I wish I never knew I was a Maharaja. I wish I never knew I was a Maharaja, man.
There have been times when he has rang up the police, arrest the boys, go. And because I got them the promotions after they were waiting 25 years.
Oh, man.
They will do anything. If I say, okay, Arjun Singh ji ko 2-4 danje lagana tha ki achhi publicity. That is what happened that day.
It's all inside job.
हाँ.
All fixed.
Photo में इतना अच्छा लगता है, but the girls were like that. You see, she's walking like this. Police not stopping her. They could have stopped her from walking through that. You've seen that, no?
Yeah.
She's walking. It was all planned.
Oh man.
And then they start beating her. Then they start dragging her. जो तुमने दिखाया ना कि बाबा को सिर के ऊपर पुलिस से अरे तो ऐसे लग रहा कि कितना जुल्म हो रहा है.
Yeah.
They were actually protecting him from the masses.
Yeah, from this stuff, right?
हाँ.
Too much.
तो जो आप देखते हैं वो झूठ होता है.
Yeah, don't believe everything you see and read, man. Believe nothing you see and read, actually.
Exactly.
Nothing.
He shocked. I said कि उसमें लिखा हुआ है हमारी धर्म पुस्तकों में कि गाय का मीट खाना. इनको पता ही नहीं है religion है क्या?
Nothing. They're just fundamentalist kind of guys. They don't really get the real thing. All of them.
मैं वो जो आयते हैं ना जहाँ लिखा है कि गाय का मीट जो नहीं सर्व करेगा वो नरक में जाएगा, मैं सारी उसमें पोस्टर लगाऊंगी.
They'll kill you, man. Don't do it.
लिखा है वहाँ पे तुम
It's not worth it. Don't do it.
करो पार्लियामेंट में I will say amend it in parliament.
No, they're smart. Don't even talk about it. That's a smart thing. Don't talk about it. They get their way.
Stupid guys.
Yeah, they're all stupid, man. Best to forget.
Now you understand what have been my fight with him.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, fundamental right के ऊपर रोज
That's what I'm telling you, Ma.
every time.
That's what I'm telling you. Forget it, Ma. Forget it. This thing's over.
और कह रहे हो हमारे को fundamental right है ही नहीं.
Forget it, man. Forget it.
क्या कर रहे हो?
Forget it. It's over.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it. You should just forget it, man. Move on. Get out of the country. Never come back.
No, I'm not coming back. This time I'm not coming back. Definitely not.
Move
like
on.
you. Now I have got my clean head.
Move on.
देखो ये क्या कह रहा है वाईफाई सर्विस यहाँ पे लगाओ बेटा.
No, you have to log out of your phone now. They only give us one pass at this place.
Okay, phone दे.
27th October, I was in the room. I was in the house when the accession was signed. However, please remember something more. My father acceded for 3 subjects: defense, communications and foreign affairs. He signed the same instrument of accession that all the other princely states signed. But all the other states subsequently merged. Jammu and Kashmir did not merge. Jammu and Kashmir's relationship with the rest of India is guided by Article 370 and the state constitution that I signed into law. So, yes, it's an integral part of India, but we must realize that from the very beginning, Jammu and Kashmir, rightly or wrongly, I'm not going into the politics, whether it should have been done or not, that is a different debate for historians. But the factual position is that Jammu and Kashmir has been given a special position. This is so far, I was not acting with our आगे रखा आगे में